The once prestigious award called the European Car of the Year has been awarded to a car that, it failed its crash test. When I first saw this, guys, I thought, is this actually true? Is this some kind of clickbait? And, well, it is. The sad part about this is I actually really liked this car. Well, I did. I wouldn't buy one now that I've discovered this information, but it is a cool looking car. And apparently, that was one of the key criteria for why it was voted European Car of the Year for 2024. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I just saw an article yesterday, guys, and you might have seen it too. The Zeekr X, right? It got, I believe it was the second safest car. It was either second or first. I can't remember what it was. So the second or first safest car in Europe's NCAP crash testing for all of 2024. So congratulations to the Zeekr X. That's a Chinese electric car. It's basically Zeekr's version of the Volvo EX30. So kudos to them. They obviously got a 5-star safety rating, and hundreds of cars have gotten 5-star safety ratings, but this was one of the safest cars, and it's a great EV. So really, really nice result. The Xpeng G6 that I've got, that's got 5 stars. The Tesla Model Y, the Model 3, 5 stars. Heaps of different Chinese electric cars got 5 stars in Euro's NCAP safety score. Right? Even cars where I'm like, I'm not convinced about the software in that car, the safety software after having driven it, they still, got 5 stars. So to get 4 stars, to be honest, I think your car's got to be a little bit subpar. For the second year in a row, a Renault model has been named European Car of the Year. However, the safety of the Renault 5 has sparked some pretty strong debate. There's people online saying the Renault 5, it got a 4-star safety rating because it failed a part of one of the crash test safety results, one of the segments, right? It didn't do very well. So how can that car win European Car of the Year? That doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. There's plenty of other cars from Europe from 2024 that were in this list that didn't win. Surely they're safer and should therefore be more likely to win, right? Well, the Renault 5's less than perfect safety rating has reignited concerns about car safety standards. Critics argue that prioritizing cost over safety is a risky thing to do. It's no longer the case that everyone expects 5 stars. If this had been our starting point, we might not have had any cars in the final, said Norwegian jury member Fred Magni Skilbach to motor.no. Basically, the excuse is we can't just have 5-star cars. We wouldn't have had any cars in the final. Now, that's actually completely false, right? The other car in the final did have a 5-star safety rating. There's hundreds of cars with 5-star safety ratings. Most Chinese cars that I talk about on the channel, I look at their Euro NCAP crash results, Neo, Xpeng, Leap Motor, BYD, they're all 5 stars. So I'm not sure where this is coming from. I think maybe it's political. Skilbake pointed out that the Renault 5 was the only finalist tested by Euro NCAP and praised its driving performance and nostalgic design as key factors in its win. Nostalgic design is what won it, apparently. I had 2 favorites, the Renault 5 and the Kia EV3. Ultimately, it was the X factor that made the decision. The Renault drives fantastically well, and for us older drivers, it brings back memories of the Golf GTI and the Peugeot 205 GTI. So it was his nostalgia with this car and internal combustion cars from the 1980s that gave it the win. Guys, is it just me, or is the European Car of the Year award lacking in credibility? The Renault 5's failure to meet tough safety standards has drawn criticism online. Today, most new cars get 5 stars. Losing a star looks good, said one person. Now, Skilbake said Euro NCAP's increasingly strict safety requirements are making it harder for manufacturers to produce affordable cars. So that's his excuse. Now, I should mention the Renault Zoe had a 1-star safety rating, so it's a bit better than that. To get 5 stars today, manufacturers have to include so much expensive equipment that it becomes difficult to sell their cars. This is a challenge for the entire industry. Euro NCAP and car manufacturers are moving in different directions, he said. Well, that's actually just a complete lie. Now, I hope that this guy who's voted on this European Car of the Year award and the other judges, I hope that at some point they see this video because they need to be held to account. They're simply lying here. I realize the safety standards get harder every year. That is true, but manufacturers still meet them. There's plenty of affordable cars around the world that have met them. Many. I mean, seriously, guys, I'm subscribed to a crash test channel, and that's all they do. Test cars every day, show videos of it. And I can tell you now, there is hundreds of models that meet current 5-star or 2024 year 5-star safety ratings that are relatively affordable. And in fact, no more expensive than the Renault 5. I don't know why this car won, other than nostalgia. But all that said, I still like it. It's a cool looking car. I get the nostalgia fact. I just don't think it should have won European Car of the Year if it's not as safe as its rivals. Let me know what your thoughts are. Am I off the mark here? Let me know what you think. Renault. Guys, Renault have been making some pretty amazing hot hatches. They've never made an electric hot hatch until now. This is the most expensive hot hatch ever, but it's also the most mental hot hatch I've ever seen. It's fully electric, and I want one of them. I think it's insanity, but I absolutely love it. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. Welcome to all the new subscribers. There's about 15,000 new subscribers over the past 28 days. Never seen this kind of an increase before, so it's great to have you. If any of you would like to support the channel, you can do so. And I'd really love it by clicking the link in the description to our YouTube members page. Renault 5 Turbo 3E has been revealed in France. It's coming out, I believe, either the end of 2025 or early 2026. It's the most mental hatchback ever made, ever. And this is not a concept car. This is real. It's based on the Renault 5, obviously, as its name implies, but it's not turbocharged in any way whatsoever. It's truly bizarre that Renault decided to use the word turbo, like Porsche. The Porsche Taycan Turbo. There are no turbos in the Porsche Taycan Turbo. When I said that, I don't know, a couple of years ago, Porsche people emailing me, Porsche is allowed to call it turbo. People were really losing their minds. It was funny. People probably will now too, because I said Porsche, not Porsche. And someone lose their mind at me yesterday about me calling it Porsche, not Porsche. So I'll try to remember this Porsche way you guys call it. In Australia, we call it Porsche. Anyhow, Renault says the R5 Turbo 3E will have 373 kilowatt, around about a bit over 500 horsepower. All that power goes to the rear wheels. I mean, this thing is going to be ballistic.